Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's episode of Is This Thing On? So, today we're going to be talking about something that has piqued my interest since I was a really young little girl. Um, and that is aliens. I think at this point we're all curious about whether or not there's life beyond this earth. And I'm a firm believer that there is. In fact, there's been so many studies about the Mars rover going on Mars and finding frozen water, which means that life could be possible in Mars several years from now. Will we ever know? When? No. But it's a huge possibility, and with all the new technology that's immersing and Elon Musk wanting to set up a SpaceX like everywhere, I think that possibility is getting closer and closer and closer and closer in the near future. So hopefully that will be something that we can possibly do. And hopefully, I mean, I know billionaires are paying a lot of money to go into space, but I hope one day it can be super affordable to go into space. Like that would be so cool if space cost as much as, I don't know, going on a plane ride. I mean, let's be honest though, going on a plane is not cheap at all either. But if they could make going into space as affordable as going on a plane, I mean, that could bring in a lot of revenue there. Just something to think about, Elon Musk or anyone at NASA that wants to make a little extra money. Don't make it so expensive, and maybe you'll have a bunch of people that will want to take a deep dive into Mars. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw this video last week, but I saw it and I'm kind of shooketh, but I'm also at the same time like, why wasn't the video better quality considering the fact that we have such advanced space technology and there's just so many things now. Satellites are getting exponentially better, and there's always new funding for research out there, and yet we get a crappy, like, 2-second shot of something that appears to be like a UFO, but isn't. Well, I saw that video last week. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday of last week. I don't remember. But I saw it on Instagram first, and ABC News, I think, released it. If you guys want to see the video, I will link it below in the show notes of this podcast episode or description, whatever you guys call it, whatever. I'll link it below, and I'll link some articles that I'm going to mention today about this topic. But basically, the video is really grainy. It's in black and white, and it's basically showing a shuttle of a UFO hovering over what appears to be like a mountain or a volcano. Um, and actually, the U.S. Pentagon were the ones that released this footage, and apparently, it's being made downloadable for the general public. So if you want to go download that video and zoom in and get some shots of it, the U.S. Pentagon says, "Be my guest and do it." So basically, yeah, the video is just really brief, and it's basically showing that there's a UFO flying over a mountain or a volcano at this point. So I found one. By the way, guys, there's this article that I'm currently reading, and it's actually saying that this is the title of the article. If I could just get it to load. If I could just get it to load. Okay. So, the title of the article, if you want to go check it out, by the way, I will link all the articles that I'm reading or mentioning about in this podcast in the description of this podcast. So, y'all can go check them out if you want to go check them out. So basically, the title of the article is called UFO sighting, spaceship seen entering Mexican volcano, which is used as an alien city. It says that it's that the shuttle that they saw in the footage of the video is going into this Mexican volcano called El Popo, and um, it's located near Mexico City, and it is 5,426 meters tall. Um, and they're saying that this UFO was falling into the mouth of this volcano. Um, Alien hunters were quick to spot the object, with some now claiming as extraterrestrials are using the volcano as a base. Permanent conspiracy theories, Scott C. Waring wrote on his blog database. This is a great discovery of several UFO around the famous Mexican volcano Popocatépetl. One of the UFOs is seen leaving the mouth of the volcano and shooting straight up into space. Another comes down and enters the mouth of the volcano. Absolute proof of what we UFO researchers already knew. There is an alien base 5 to 6 kilometers below this volcano. An entire alien city of species living there. It's not the first time Mr. Warren has claimed El Popo is home to extraterrestrials. A similar video last year from YouTube channel UFO Mania showed a bright curved light can be seen making its way up to the side of the volcano before it suddenly disappears. Mr. Warren said of the sighting, "Here is an amazing sighting of a boomerang UFO coming out of a volcano in Mexico." This is 100% proof that there is an alien base 5 kilometers below the volcano, as many UFO researchers and myself believe. So it's saying also that the UFO itself is about 40% of the width of the mouth of the volcano. The mouth is 600 meters across, thus the UFO is 240 meters. Wow. So that sounds kind of big. I mean, I don't know measurements because I'm not a researcher, but that seems pretty large. That volcano's pretty tall. It would make sense, I guess, if there was extraterrestrial life for it to be hiding there because it's discreet. There's a tall volcano. My thing is, though, does this mean that aliens can survive like extreme conditions like volcanoes, volcanic ash, like literally like are they are aliens fire resistant then? Because if they are inhabiting below a volcano, I mean, regular humans could not do that. We would probably die from a heat stroke and heat exhaustion and from not having enough oxygen. And so then you're telling me these aliens could possibly survive in extreme conditions such as lava, volcanic ash, fire, a volcano erupting. Wow. That's just proves how little we know about these aliens. Like, we know a lot, but we also know very little about them. And out of all places, Mexico? Like, wow. Like, that's kind of cool. that makes me kind of proud because I'm from Mexico. And I don't know. I think I think that's really cool. And there is this really famous. I don't, if you're Mexican, you'll know who I'm talking about. But there's this really famous UFO researcher or UFO conspiracist from Mexico. I forget what his name is. Uh, we're gonna look him up right now. But I've watched him over the years on like Mexican television. I think I found him. I think I found him. I want to say this is him. His name. Okay, I found him. So he's really well known in Mexico. If you've ever seen any like Mexican news outlet, he's almost always featured on there when there's a UFO sighting because he's like one of the biggest UFO researchers in Mexico. So his name's Jaime Musan. Um, he's been researching UFOs for years and years and years. And every time I would hear about UFOs, it would be because of this guy. Um, yeah, I just thought I would bring that up because, the alien, the supposed alien base is in Mexico. What's also really funny is that uh, in the US, the biggest, most well known place for suspicious like alien activity has been in Roswell, New Mexico, aka Area 51. They have found, like alien carcasses, like weird, like animals, like just weird stuff that has just popped up on the surface of Area 51. Um, at one point, they even like I think a few years ago they mentioned that they found like evidence of the chupacabra. If you know what I'm talking about, like you're you're either real Mexican or you just really into Mexican folklore, or you just I don't know, you just research this stuff, and as a kid you were like scared of it, but now it's kind of funny. I don't know. But yeah, they have found like a lot of weird stuff around Area 51, which is just known for the shady stuff that the government does. There's been, a lot of like suspicion going around that that's where the US government has like aliens like captured, where they've cloned people, like just all these weird things. Apparently, a lot of like famous actors back in like the 40s and the 50s, Marilyn Monroe apparently knew about Area 51 because she was having a very public affair with JFK. She found some stuff out, and okay, not to go off topic, but I feel like that could have been one of the reasons why they killed her. Yes, I am one of the people that believes that Marilyn Monroe was murdered and it wasn't just a uh, accidental overdose or suicide. Um, that's a topic for a different day, though. But yeah, like that's kind of crazy. That I mean, I knew there was volcanoes in Mexico. I knew that Mexico has a lot of like mounds and ruins and stuff like that. I just didn't know we had an active volcano because most volcanoes are pretty dormant. Like they're pretty active for a certain amount of time in history and then they go dormant. And so I just thought that was like really like interesting how like there's life, alien life, possibly below a volcano. Like, how crazy is that? Okay, so that's one of the articles. Another one of the articles, and this is by the New York Times. If you want to read, they're pretty reputable, I would say. It's called "The Pentagon Released UFO Videos. Don't Hold Your Breath for a Breakthrough." This was published on April 28th, so last week. It's saying that the Department of Defense confirmed what seekers of extraterrestrial life have long hoped to be true. They are real. At least these three videos are. What the videos show, the government isn't so sure. On Monday, the Pentagon released 3 Navy videos that driven speculation about unidentified flying objects for years, saying it is meant to clear up any misconceptions about whether the classified footage was real or complete. It's real, the Pentagon said, including links to the curious download the footage for themselves. The videos captured by naval aviators show objects hurtling through the sky, one rotating against the wind, and pilots can be heard expressing confusion and awe. When they first appeared online, they breathed new life into decades-long conversation about whether the interstellar visitors have ever come to Earth. Oh, okay, so the previous videos that they're talking about were the videos from 2017 and 2018 by the New York Times. What the? I'm like reading through this. Oh, so apparently in this article it's mentioning that the former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, Democrat of Nevada, spoke about his long push for more research on unidentified flying objects. Good for you, Harry, and wanting to know if there's alien life out there. Ooh, okay, cool. He went on Twitter and this is what he put. He put, "I'm glad the Pentagon is finally releasing this footage, but only scratches the surface of research and materials available," he said Monday on Twitter. "The U.S. needs to take serious scientific look at this and any potential national security implications. The American people deserve to be informed." Absolutely. Like, has the government not learned anything since the Nixon tapes, since Richard Nixon's horrible demise towards the U.S. population? I mean, I think we can all learn something from those tapes and let not history repeat itself. I mean, come on. Oh, and apparently the Pentagon has never made any assertion about what is exactly going on in the videos recorded in the late 2004 and early 2015 over the Pacific and off the East Coast. So you're telling me that for nearly 11 years there's been more videos, but the Pentagon has not disclosed them to the general public. Why is that? If you have someone that is a prominent, influential force in the government telling you to release these videos because it could be a threat to national security and you're not doing it, that's a little sus right there, U.S. government. That's all I'm going to say. Don't come out and get me. Please don't. Don't kill me. But come on. I mean, we have stuff happening every single day, and it's bad enough that we don't know what's going on, and you're not disclosing this information. I think it's kind of ridiculous, but yeah. I hope Elon Musk speaks out and like talks about it more because the guy wants to set up like SpaceX everywhere. I mean, I live in the RGV, right? And there is a SpaceX center in Brownsville. I think it's Boca Chica, which is a few couple miles away from Brownsville. And they're trying to, well, there's already a SpaceX there. They're trying to hopefully advance it and hire people in the coming years. But yeah, like how are we not getting these videos? You know? Like that's crazy. Oh, apparently you can buy tickets to go into the Pentagon. That's cool ish. But wait, did I rate that wrong? I'm like looking at it. Wait, where does it say that? Oh yeah, there's a restaurant in there apparently. Um cool. But yeah, US government, get on the ball. Stop giving us so much hope that there's alien life and then not doing anything to back up your claims. It's frustrating. I just want to meet my alien friend and you're not letting me. Um what else? There was another article that I found. Actually, there's only two. But let's look at more stuff. Let's see what else they are saying about this. Let's see. Okay. Oh, same thing here. It's saying the same thing basically. This article's from Forbes, and it's saying that the clips were recorded in 2005 and 2015 by infrared cameras on U.S. Navy aircraft show that the Pentagon calls unidentified aerial phenomena in air quotes. Oblong objects appears to move through the sky at their speed, sudden movements on how they seem to rotate in midair and fly into substantial headwind with ease. Oh, apparently in 2017 there was another like incident. The DoD made them officially available for download. Ooh, let's click it. Oh, wow. There's a lot of videos on here. Hello. So if you want to download that video that the Navy released, do it. Says oh, it says right here, the problem is that the combination of our strange existential conundrum and inundation with alien storylines sets us up to fall victim to our own confirmation bias. Put it another way, we're wired to go looking for aliens and to convince ourselves we found them, and if we don't take a more critical look at the evidence. That's true. That's what I keep saying, like, we have all this technology and these videos are so grainy. Like, come on. At least get some better cameras or something. Where's our tax money going to? Come on, invest invest some of that tax money into finding out if we have alien friends. But yeah, this is like the third article I've seen. They're all saying the same thing. This one was from Forbes. Let's see. BBC. The aliens are coming. The Irish Times. The Guardian. They all show the same thing. Ooh, so apparently someone somewhere probably got fired for this. And actually released some of this footage. It says the videos had been circulating in the public domain after unauthorized releases in 2007 and 2017. The statement said, adding that the aerial phenomena observed in the videos remain characterized as unidentifiable. Yeah, I think that's just code for we know that there's aliens, but we don't want to tell you that there's aliens. And to that I say, you're a load of crap. You're acting very sus for something that clearly is trying to communicate with the government. Oh, in the 2015 videos, it shows objects moving quickly through the sky. One of them seemed to be spinning in the air. Look at that thing, dude. A pilot says it's rotating. So there's videos from 2004, there's videos from 2015, there's videos from 2007, there's videos from 2017. There's a lot of videos, apparently, that they are claiming to have released. Oh, our very own president said last June, Donald Trump fueled a new round of discussion in political circles about extraterrestrials when he said that he had been briefed on sightings of unidentified aircraft by U.S. Navy pilots. I think it's probably, I want them to think whatever they think, Trump said to ABC News. They say, I've seen, I've read, I've heard. I did have one very brief meeting on it, but people are saying they are seeing UFOs. Do I believe it? Not particular. In September, an internet hoax resulted in 75 people arriving at Area 51. Who remembers that on Facebook? There was a Facebook event to go to Area 51 last year. That was a fun time. Did I RSVP to that? Did I obviously go? No. I think if we all legitimately would have gone to Area 51, I guarantee they would have started shooting at us. Like, that's weird, right? How we are, like, demanded to give out our personal information, like our social security number, our bank account, our residence, everything. And yet, the government likes to be shady and hide all these things from us. Like, we deserve to know too, Felicia. We pay taxes. We give out our confidential information. Does anyone also remember when, and if I'm wrong on this, you guys can correct me, but does anyone remember when Mike Pence went on the record and said, this was a few months back, or it might have been a year ago, maybe a few months back, I don't know, but I remember seeing that Mike Pence went out and was speaking about how they were starting to fund more research for space space research, something like that. And I just thought, he said something about a war in the sky, a war in space. And it got me thinking, I'm like, does Mike Pence know that there's aliens out there? And he's just now mentioning this? Like, what? Like, Mike, you gotta give us a little hint here. Like, what's going on? Is our tax money going towards space research? I hope it is. Yeah. But yeah, if anyone remembers that, bring it up to me. I want to read that article or where he mentions that. Um, I thought that was really interesting. I was like, "What you try to say, Willis?" This article also says that in September, an internet hoax. Oh yeah, the Area 51 meme. However, an invitation to storm Area 51 sparked festivals all across Nevada. A local sheriff estimated 1,500 people attended those festivals, underscoring the pop culture interest in the evidence of extraterrestrial life. In 2018, the Irish Aviation Authority investigated a sighting of reported UFO by commercial airline pilots. The IAAA said it would investigate the sightings, but a spokesman for the organization said it was unlikely that the objects were beings from another planet. But yeah, I don't know what all this supposed evidence all means. But if it means us being closer to our good old alien buddies, then I mean, awesome, cool, amazing. Um, I feel like this is just my theory. I feel like we're gonna get even more evidence of aliens popping up. Because I feel like they're just trying to tell us something. They know stuff probably that we don't know. And the freaking government probably knows this and they're not willing to disclose it with us. But I think this is all so the timing of this is so weird. Like it almost seems like we've been in quarantine now for like over a month, right? It feels like longer. It feels like freaking 6 months. I don't know if we're gonna be done with quarantine by like the end of May. A lot of people are saying that possibly by the end of May or maybe by even summertime or the end of summer, this whole quarantine thing will blow over. I know there's like some states that like they're already reopening up their business, and I know Texas is one of them, and it's kind of scary because our mall just opened up again, and I mean, I'm certain that that couldn't have gone well. Like just the freaking mall, that's a freaking cesspool for bacteria and germs, and ugh, it's disgusting. But yeah, like do aliens know about what's going on in the world, like with coronavirus and everything? I mean, if they do, I mean, they're freaking woke as heck. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed today's discussion. Let me know what y'all think on aliens. If you think they're real, if you think they're not real, if you think they're just something that the government has made up to distract us from what's going on in the actual world. What is your stance? What is your take on it? I feel like I'll always believe that there's life out there, that there's always aliens. I mean, this universe, this earth is just too massive to think that we're the only ones inhabiting it. Like, I think that's just really crazy. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, your opinions, whatever it is. Just let me know. Maybe we can do a part 2 on this whole alien thing. As I mentioned before, I'm going to have all the links to all the articles that I've mentioned down in the description below of this podcast, or if you know it as the show notes, it's going to be in the show notes. Um, if you want to call me or call the podcast out, I'm not going to give out my actual number. It is 956-278-0720. That's 956-278-0720. One more time for the people in the back that didn't hear me because they were out there chasing aliens. 956-278-0720. So yeah, as usual, you can call that number and leave me a voice message, a voicemail. You can text that number as well and text me anything. There's also a simple voice memo like link that you can click on and you can leave a voice message there. And that one usually goes straight into the podcast website, so you can do it there, or you can just leave me a voicemail to this number. Either or is fine. Or if you would prefer that I make a Twitter account and we have discussions on there, and y'all leave me topics that you want me to cover, that works too. But you need to let me know. So give me back some feedback. As always, wherever you're listening from, if it's Apple Podcasts, please rate and review. That helps me out a lot because then people can see the podcast and see if they're interested in it. And maybe you're bored one day on the podcast app and you want to listen to a podcast. And yeah, people can find me through curiosity. I don't know, but it helps. Anyways, as usual, the podcast will be available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, you name it. It's out there. But yeah, I hope y'all are having a wonderful morning, day, night, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this from. I hope y'all are still safe. Hope y'all are healthy and thriving, no matter how confusing time seems right now. Yeah, hang in there. We'll get through this. But as always, go forth, prosper, and God bless. Bye, guys.